My child, the thing you take before bed. It may be numbing your mind, but it's also silencing me. You call it help. You say it settles your nerves. But I see what it's doing in the spirit. You think it's comfort. I see the chain behind it. That bottle, that pill, that habit, that ritual, the one you do right before the world goes quiet. It opened a door you didn't notice, and that door has allowed something to enter, something I didn't send. You asked me to give you peace, but you reached for something else. You asked me to quiet your thoughts, but you found another way. Child, I'm not condemning you, I'm warning you. You didn't know. You didn't see what I saw. You were tired. You were desperate for relief, but what entered with that help was not my peace. It looked like ease. It felt like silence, but it carried a spirit, a dulling spirit, a shadowing spirit, a slow cover over your discernment. That's why your dreams shifted. That's why the night feels heavy. That's why your prayers feel slower. That's why your sleep is still restless. Not everything you take is just physical. Some things carry spiritual weight, and the enemy knows what you allow in. When you're most vulnerable, before you lay down, before you surrender your body to rest, that is when I speak clearest. That is when your soul is open. But when you take what I did not give, you hand your night to something else. I want your nights back. I want your dreams back. I want your thoughts to return to me when the sun goes down. The reason you've been feeling distant, the reason you wake with anxiety still gripping your chest, is because that thing, the one you swallow, smoke, sip, or scroll, has become your false peace. But I am the Prince of Peace. I am not in that. I am not in the substance. I am not in the silence that keeps you numb but never heals. I want to show you how to rest again, truly rest, without the crutch, without the fear, without the dependency. You were never made to survive by sedating your soul. You were made to be held by me, covered by my voice, guided by my spirit, even in your sleep. That thing you take before bed, lay it down, even if just for one night, and watch what happens. You'll dream again. You'll hear me again. You'll wake with clarity, because when you remove what I never gave, you make room for what I always wanted to give. My comfort, my protection, my healing touch. Tonight, I will be near, but I'm asking for your surrender. Just this one thing, the thing that feels small, but is standing in my way. You will notice the shift, a lightness in your chest, a warmth in your room, an awareness that someone holy is near. That's me. I will confirm this. A knock, a message, a name spoken twice. You will know it is not random. I'm not far. I'm speaking now, because it's time to take your rest back. Type release 1111 if you're ready to surrender what's been taking my place. You will not need that thing much longer. Not when you learn to lean fully on me. Say it now. God, I give this to you. Say it again. I don't want what you didn't give. Let me be your stillness. Let me be your medicine. Let me be the one who watches over your sleep. My child, I never stopped watching. But tonight, I want you to feel it. That whisper you'll hear as you close your eyes, that's me. That dream you'll remember with detail and fire, that's me. That peace that feels unfamiliar but powerful, that's me. I am reclaiming your night. If you felt me speaking through this, if something stirred while you read these words, then subscribe to this channel. Let me stay near. Now tell me, what do you usually take before bed? And what did you feel when I spoke about it? Be honest with me in the comments below. You thought you needed it, but you didn't ask me first. You never pause to ask, God, is this from you? Because if you had, you would have heard me say, no, that's not your rest. That's not your healing. That's not your answer. You see, the enemy doesn't always show up with storms. Sometimes he comes in soft comforts, easy routines, little crutches. He whispers, just this once, just to take the edge off. God understands. And while I do understand, I also see what you cannot. I see how that thing has slowly become your altar, your nighttime offering, your sacred ritual that has nothing to do with me. You've made peace with something I never approved. You've welcomed a false comfort into your sacred hours. And child, that thing is speaking back. It's not silent in the spirit. Even if your body goes still, even if your thoughts seem quiet, that thing is stirring shadows in your atmosphere. It's why you feel heaviness in your chest when you wake. It's why your sleep has turned to escape, not renewal. It's why you've started forgetting the dreams I used to send, the dreams with faces, the dreams with instructions, the dreams where I held you. You used to feel me in your sleep. You used to rise with purpose. Now you rise confused. And still, you reach for it again the next night. I'm not angry, but I am jealous. I want your surrender. I want your trust. I want you to believe that I can settle your soul without the substitute. Tonight, I will meet you differently. You'll feel it in the silence. You'll feel it when you lie down and sense something shift in the air. You'll feel it when the thought comes, I don't need it. That's me. That's my presence re-entering the place where you shut me out. Some of you will feel tingling in your hands tonight. That's not fear, it's restoration. Others will wake at 3:33 a.m. with clarity. That's not coincidence. That's divine alignment. And you will remember this. I speak loudest in surrender. I don't need you perfect. I just need you willing. This is not about the thing itself. This is about what it replaced. It replaced prayer. It replaced worship. It replaced conversation with me. And now I'm asking for it back. You can weep. You can resist. You can even be afraid. But I will not leave you. Even in your trembling, even in your craving, even when your flesh screams for the old pattern, I will be there. Because you asked for breakthrough. You asked for more of me. And this is what it looks like. More of me means less of the world, less of the numbness, less of the chains dressed as comfort. You don't need to flush it in fear. You don't need to run in shame. Just hand it to me. Place it at my feet. Say it now. God, take what I've been holding on to. Say it again. I want your peace, not the world's version. You will feel something lift. You will notice how your spirit starts breathing again. I am not just healing your nights. I am healing the reason you ever needed it. The ache, the fear, the trauma, the shame. I'm going deep because I don't want to treat the symptom. I want to break the root. Tonight, I will begin showing you where it started. A moment, a wound, a voice that made you believe you were unsafe unless you numbed the pain. But child, you are not that person anymore. You are not who trauma made you. You are not what anxiety told you. You are mine, marked by heaven, covered in mercy, chosen for wholeness. Let me rewrite your nights. Let me rebuild your rhythm. Let me become your new comfort. I see the tears. Let them fall. They're not weakness. They're water for your healing. And child, if you don't know how to start here. Just talk to me before bed. Not to beg, not to prove anything. Just talk to me like a father. That's all I ever wanted. Comment Freedom 1212 if you feel something breaking inside of you right now. And when you do, watch how the cravings fade. Watch how the peace deepens. Watch how your soul returns to rest. Because my presence is stronger than your patterns. My voice is louder than your cravings. Let me show you. You didn't know it, but the thing you took before bed has been shaping the atmosphere of your home. Not just your sleep, not just your mind, your whole environment. It brought a stillness, but not my kind. It quieted your body, but it silenced my spirit too. Your room feels heavy because something entered with it. Yes, I said it. There is a presence attached to that ritual. You thought it was harmless, but I've been watching it pull you deeper and deeper away. And not just you. Your children feel it. Your spouse feels it. Even your pets have noticed the shift. They sense what you cannot see. When I said I would give my beloved rest, I never meant sleep that came with strings. And right now, child, there are strings on you, invisible. But they've been tugging, pulling you into habits you never wanted, leading you away from your hunger for me. But I am breaking them, one by one, because your spirit has cried out louder than your addiction. Your prayers pierced the fog. You thought I didn't hear you last night, but I was there. When you hesitated, when you held that object in your hand and asked, "Is this okay?" That moment of hesitation, that was me. That flicker of discomfort, that was my spirit. And now I'm answering, no, it is not okay. Not anymore. You've outgrown this. You're not who you used to be. You're waking up. You're remembering who you are in me. This is not a punishment. It's a pulling, a divine drawing back into truth. Because the path you're on right now is leading toward more dependency, not freedom. And I made you for freedom. That is why you felt restless. That's why your joy fades quickly. That's why worship feels distant and reading my word feels hard. That thing has been turning the volume down on your spirit. It's not just a pill. It's not just a sip. It's not just a scroll. It's been a veil. A thin, quiet veil that crept in at night and started softening your sensitivity to me. But you're seeing it now, and that's victory. Awareness is light. Conviction is my gift, and your willingness is the doorway. You're not stuck. You are not trapped in this cycle. You just forgot how powerful surrender is. Child, I am here, right now, in this very moment. As you read this, the weight in your chest, I'm lifting it. The sting of regret in your heart, I'm healing it. The fear that you won't be able to sleep without that thing, I'm destroying it. Because I will give you rest. And it will be real this time. When I give you rest, you won't feel groggy. You won't wake in panic. You won't dread the sunrise. When I give you rest, you'll rise refreshed. You'll remember your dreams. You'll hear me clearly again. And you will say, this is what I've been missing. Because I'm not just restoring your sleep. I'm restoring your sensitivity, your strength, your purity, your closeness to me. You will begin to sense me even before you lie down. There will be nights when you feel wind pass your face and no windows are open. There will be moments when a worship song rises in your heart without music playing. You will know that I am near. Watch for the butterfly. Watch for the name grace. Watch for a moment of silence that brings sudden tears. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. I'm whispering again. Because you made room. Because you laid it down. And now I'm filling that space. Not with fear, not with silence, but with me. Now tell me, what part of this pierced your heart the most? Speak it below. It matters to me. You will crave me more than the thing you used to reach for. You will hunger for my voice more than the pill, more than the sip, more than the screen. This is your turning point. This is where you remember your authority. You are not a victim of habit. You are a vessel of holiness. You are a carrier of my spirit. You are royalty in my kingdom. You are not weak, you are being refined. So speak it again. I renounce the thing that has ruled my rest. Say it with fire. I choose God's peace over the world's numbness. You've just shifted the atmosphere, and now you'll feel it. You've carried this longer than you realize. This thing you reach for every night. It didn't start as sin. It started as survival. You were hurting. You were overwhelmed. You needed to quiet the storm somehow. I saw it. I was there when the panic wouldn't let you breathe. I was near when sleep wouldn't come. I saw the shaking hands, the trembling prayers, and even when you reached for what wasn't from me, I didn't turn away because I knew. I knew the ache underneath. I knew the history behind it. I knew the lie you believed. No one understands what I'm carrying. But I did. I still do. And that's why I'm speaking now, because that survival tactic has become a stronghold. It's no longer helping you cope. It's keeping you from healing. It numbs the wound, but it also numbs your hearing. You can't fully hear me through it anymore. It was temporary, but you made it permanent. And now it's silencing the parts of you I'm trying to restore. You've been praying, God, bring me closer. God, why do I feel so far? Why don't I dream like I used to? Why does peace leave the moment I wake up? This is why. Because the thing you take to fall asleep is also the thing pulling your spirit into silence. You thought it was helping, but it's hiding me. It's creating distance you never intended. That's why I had to speak. That's why I interrupted your routine today. That's why this message found you now, and not a week later. Because I love you too much to let you continue this way. And child, you're ready. You don't think you are, but you are. You are strong enough to stop depending on that thing. You are wise enough to notice the pattern. You are anointed enough to break it. You are not fragile. You are chosen. And I am walking with you through every craving, through every emotional pull, through every tear-soaked night where your flesh screams for what your spirit is releasing. I will not leave you. I will hold you. I will reteach your body how to sleep again in my presence, not under sedation. Because when you lie down in surrender, peace will rise. And when peace rises, so will clarity. So will strength. So will joy. The world said you needed help, but it never told you about holy help. The kind that doesn't wear off. The kind that doesn't confuse your dreams. The kind that doesn't wake you in panic. The kind that doesn't chain your spirit while it relaxes your mind. I'm giving you a new help. The kind that speaks peace while you're still awake. The kind that rests on you even before you lie down. Watch for it tonight. You'll sit in silence and feel a calm you didn't create. You'll feel like someone is with you, because I will be. You'll see the time 10:10. You'll hear the word stillness more than once. You'll remember a song from years ago, one that always brought peace, and it will return. These are not accidents. They are divine confirmations. I'm realigning you, not just your sleep, but your spirit, your home, your cycles. Because I'm not after the surface, I'm after the source. And the source is pain you've hidden for too long. You use this nightly ritual to keep it buried, but now I'm digging it up, gently, because healing can't happen in hiding. Child, you are not broken. You are in process, and every step away from that thing is a step closer to me. Let go again tonight. Don't go back just because the craving came. Speak against it. Say it out loud. This craving is not my master. God is. Say it again until your flesh submits. I gave you authority over habits. I gave you dominion over cycles. I gave you access to peace that overrides emotion. Use it. You will win this. And when you do, you'll be able to help others trapped in the same false rest. You'll speak freedom from experience. You'll carry breakthrough in your voice. This isn't just about your sleep. This is about your calling. You were meant to break chains, not wear them. Child, you've already begun, whether you know it or not. Your spirit said yes, the moment you paused, the moment you questioned what you'd been taking. That was your soul turning back toward me, and I see it. I honor it. I don't wait for perfection. I move when I sense surrender. You don't need to throw everything out tonight. You just need to let me in. Let me into the moment before you reach for it. Let me into the silence you've been filling. Let me stand between your hands and the habit, because I know what's underneath. Loneliness, disappointment, unanswered prayers, unspoken fears. Grief you never had space to process. You thought the ritual was helping you survive. But I came so you could live. And now, I'm calling you deeper. Because I'm not content with halfway healing. I'm not satisfied with numbed hearts. I want your full restoration. You've been surviving nights. Now I want to teach you how to thrive in them. To rest without fear. To sleep without sedation. To hear me again when the room goes still. That's how I designed it. You were never meant to collapse into sleep. You were meant to be cradled in my presence, to close your eyes and still feel me there. But that thing, the one you've clung to out of habit, it's made it hard to sense me. It's fogged the connection. It's muffled the conversation. It's dulled your dreams. And yet, you're still mine. You're still marked. You're still destined for clarity. That's why this matters. Because the enemy knows if you get your nights back, you'll rise in the morning with power. And if you rise with power, everything around you begins to change. This isn't just about what you take before bed. It's about what's been taking you, your peace, your purpose, your hearing, your hunger, but not anymore. Because tonight, something ends and something else begins. I will show you. You'll go to bed early, not out of exhaustion, but because peace calls you. You'll find yourself resting your hand on your heart before sleep. That's not you. That's me. You'll dream in color again. You'll wake before your alarm with clarity in your chest. These are signs. These are whispers from heaven. I'm doing something you can't yet see. I'm rewiring your cravings. I'm realigning your rhythms. I'm restoring your access to my voice. And you'll feel it. You'll feel the shift as you lie down. The tension will ease. The racing thoughts will slow. The room will feel lighter. Not because you took something, but because you released something. Your release is opening heaven. Your surrender is shaking the spiritual atmosphere. You think no one notices, but in the spirit, it's loud. It's echoing. Even angels respond to a surrendered heart. So don't despise the small steps. Every time you say no to the familiar comfort, you're saying yes to the unfamiliar peace. Yes, it may feel strange at first. You may feel exposed. You may feel discomfort without the cushion. But that's where I come in. That's where I become your strength, your rest, your calm. Let me be what the ritual pretended to be. Let me show you what true relief feels like. Say it now. God, be my stillness. Say it again. Be the thing I run to, not what I used to take. That's where the turning happens. Not in the doing, but in the saying, in the deciding. And you just did that. So expect a shift. Expect peace to follow you into your room tonight. Expect something holy to wait for you in the stillness. Some of you will hear music with no source. Others will see an old journal or a forgotten verse, and it will feel alive again. One of you will receive a message with the word release in it. That's confirmation. I am not far. I'm right here, pulling you back to yourself, back to clarity, back to me. Don't turn back out of fear. Don't numb what I'm trying to heal. Don't mute what I'm trying to whisper. You are walking out of this, night by night, step by step, and I'm walking with you. I'm proud of you. Yes, you. You didn't give in last night, or maybe you did, but something felt different. Something inside you paused, hesitated, questioned. That's me working. That's what growth looks like. Not perfection, but awareness. Not silence, but surrender. You've begun the climb back to clarity. And now, I want to go deeper. Because this isn't just about what you take. It's about what you believe. You believed you couldn't sleep without it. You believed your body would betray you. You believed your emotions would overwhelm you. But child, those were lies. I designed you for rest. I formed your nervous system with peace in mind. I crafted your soul to respond to my presence. And when you let me in, even fear has to lie down. That's what I'm doing now, teaching your body how to trust me again. You've gotten used to survive in sleep, but now I want to bless your sleep, because rest is holy, rest is spiritual. Rest is warfare, and the enemy has tried to rob you of it for years. He's tried to tie your rest to rituals I never gave. He's tried to make you think you need help when I've been offering healing. You don't need the pill. You don't need the smoke. You don't need the drink. You don't need the glow of a screen. You need my voice, and it's coming back. Some of you will begin to hear me again in the night, between breaths, in the space between thoughts, right before sleep pulls you under. I'll whisper, and you'll know it's not your mind, because I'll say something you couldn't have thought up. I'll remind you of something you forgot you prayed for. I'll say a name you haven't spoken in years, and it will make sense in the morning. That's how I work. I speak softly, but I speak powerfully. You'll feel tingling in your arms when you lay on your left side. You'll wake with a word etched in your heart. Clean. You'll notice the air shift when you say my name aloud in the dark. These are confirmations. Because you're no longer sleeping under the old atmosphere. You've broken something. You've shut the door the enemy kept using. You've allowed me to step in. And now, peace will increase. Not because life gets easier, but because your spirit is aligned again. You're not reaching for the false thing. You're reaching for me. And every time you do, heaven responds. You will feel joy returning. You will laugh again in the morning. You will stop waking up angry. You will sense renewal in your bones. This is what you've been praying for. It didn't come through a breakthrough moment. It came through quiet obedience, through whispering my name instead of taking that dose, through choosing worship over worry, through weeping on your pillow instead of numbing your pain. I saw it all, and I responded. Because I'm not watching from afar. I'm sitting on the edge of your bed. I'm standing in the doorway of your room. I'm placing my hand over your chest when you lie down. That warmth you'll feel tonight, that's me. That pause between thoughts, that's my silence. Not absence, but covering. You're not alone. Even if your bed feels empty. Even if your home is quiet. Even if no one else knows what you're walking through. I know. And I'm here, Say this now. I no longer belong to the cycle. I belong to God. Say it again. My nights are holy now. Because they are. You've dedicated them back to me. You've handed over what used to hold you. You've created space for me to move. Now watch what I do. Some of you will see a white feather where it makes no sense. Some of you will hear a knock and feel peace instead of fear. One of you will get a phone call that begins with, I don't know why, but I had to reach out. These are not chance. They are signs. I'm marking this season. I'm sealing this shift. And I'm walking you through it, night by night. You're not returning to that false rest. You've tasted something better now. You've encountered my covering. And from now on, you will never settle for counterfeit again. Look at how far you've come. You didn't think it was possible, did you? To sleep without it, to rest without the ritual, to quiet your soul without the thing you once depended on. But look now. You've walked out of the night that used to own you, not by your strength, but by mine. And I rejoice over you. You may not feel finished yet. You may still feel the pull, the echo of old patterns. But don't confuse temptation with failure. You haven't failed. You've been faithful. You've responded to my voice. You've allowed me to speak into the private hours. And I have written my peace into your night. Now I want to take you deeper, because this was never just about stopping a habit. This was about unlocking a gift, your sensitivity to me. You see, when you take back your nights, you start to receive things others sleep through. Revelation, instruction, encounters. The enemy fought for your sleep because it's where I speak. But now the atmosphere is clear again. Now your spirit can hear me again. Now I can whisper, and you'll remember it by morning. Do you feel it? The clarity returning? You're not just waking up, you're awakening. Your ears are tuning to heaven. Your soul is realigning. Your spirit is becoming alert. This is what deliverance looks like. Not a single moment, but a slow, steady unfolding. Like sunrise after a long night. And child, you are stepping into the light. You'll notice it. People will comment that you look rested. But it's more than rest. It's renewal. You'll have energy again. You'll wake without that familiar dread. You'll feel excited to talk to me again. Even now, you feel it stirring. That whisper that says, I'm not who I used to be. And you're right. You are being transformed. What used to feel impossible now feels sacred. What used to feel necessary now feels foreign. What used to be a crutch is now a memory of who you're no longer becoming, because the old version of you is gone, and the new one is filled with fire. Fire for my voice, fire for truth, fire for healing others with what once tried to break you. That's what this was always about. Not just your rest, but your resurrection. And now that you've tasted freedom, you'll never settle for numbness again. You'll feel it in your bones, the desire to help someone else walk through the same door, the urge to speak up when someone says, I just need something to help me sleep, the knowing, the holy ache that they need me, not the mask. That's how you'll know your breakthrough is complete. When you no longer just protect your freedom, you multiply it. That's coming. But for now, just stay close. Let me keep speaking. Let me guide your evenings. Let me speak even before you lie down. Some of you will hear me an hour before bed. Some of you will be drawn to pray for someone you haven't thought of in years. One of you will be given a dream so vivid, you'll wake up with a name and a message. Write it down. Don't brush it off. I'm restoring your dream life for purpose, and what you receive in the night will unlock things in the day. Your obedience is opening doors. You'll hear confirmations in the most ordinary places, in a grocery store aisle, in a commercial, in the lyrics of a passing song. I am not limited to churches and sermons. I am speaking all around you. Why? Because you cleared the interference. You surrendered the substitute. You made space. Now I'm filling it. If this message touched your spirit, if something inside you is healing just by reading this, then subscribe. Let me stay near. Let me keep whispering. Let me keep guiding. Let me walk with you night after night until you no longer fear the dark. This is not the end. This is the middle of your becoming. So keep going. Keep surrendering. Keep expecting me to show up. And I will. Say this now. My sleep is sacred. My heart is open. My ears are tuned to God. Say it again. I am no longer ruled by what I used to need. You just shifted the spiritual realm, and heaven is rejoicing over you. You've made it through the night. Not just once, but again and again. And now you see what I was doing all along. I wasn't just removing something from you. I was restoring something inside you. Clarity, discernment, power. You didn't lose something. You found what you had forgotten. Your peace was never in the ritual. It was always in me. You didn't need a pill. You needed a promise. And now, that promise lives in you. You are no longer the same. Look at how your soul breathes now. Look at how your heart softens again. Look at how you listen in the stillness and actually hear me. That's deliverance. That's what healing sounds like. It doesn't always come with lightning. Sometimes it comes in layers, like dew in the morning, like the whisper of wind across your spirit. Software, but unstoppable. That's what you are now. Unstoppable. Because you've defeated something in the dark. And when you defeat something in secret, you carry authority in the open. The enemy fears that. He fears the ones who win in silence, the ones who say no when no one's watching, the ones who lie down in surrender, not sedation. That's who you've become, a quiet warrior, a rest-filled soldier, a listener of heaven. And child, I'm not done. Now that your ears are clear, now that your soul is no longer fogged by false comforts, now that your spirit is sensitive again, I can entrust you with more dreams, more discernment, more divine instructions in the night. You've made your room a sanctuary. Now I will make it a chamber of revelation. There will be nights you wake up speaking in prayer. There will be nights you feel my presence wrap around you like warmth. And there will be nights you won't want to close your eyes because my nearness overwhelms you. That's what happens when you remove the counterfeit. I come rushing in, and now that I've returned to the center of your rhythm, everything will begin to shift. You'll notice how peace lingers longer than it used to. You'll realize how quick your heart is to forgive. You'll catch yourself smiling without reason, because you are no longer burdened by what used to bind you. That ritual, that thing you took to force rest, it doesn't own you anymore. It doesn't speak for you. It doesn't comfort you. I do, and I always will. Even if you stumble, even if one night feels harder than the last, even if the craving returns like a wave, I will still be there, whispering, "Come to me." And you will, not in shame, but in confidence, because now you know where real peace comes from. Say it. I am not owned by habits. I am held by heaven. Say it again. I am free, and I will never go back. Because I've walked you through the valley. I've sat with you in the silence. I've wept with you in the withdrawal. I've spoken over you while you trembled, and I never once left. That's who I am, faithful, present, patient. I never stopped calling you mine, even when your hands shook, even when your mind doubted, even when your heart whispered, I can't do this. I answered, yes, you can, because I'm with you, and I still am. You don't need to prove anything to me now. You just need to keep walking, one night at a time, one surrender at a time, one yes at a time. And child, the best part, others are watching. Not everyone sees what you lay down, but they'll see what you rise into, the glow, the peace, the divine steadiness in your voice. You'll carry this healing in your atmosphere. You'll walk into rooms and shift the tone. You'll speak and it will cut through confusion. You'll rest, truly rest. And it will teach others how to believe again. You are the evidence. You are the answered prayer. You are the living sign, and I will confirm it. Watch for the name Eden. Watch for a photo from years ago. It will carry new meaning. Watch for someone asking, you seem different. What changed? That's the moment. That's your cue to testify. Not of your strength, but of mine. Not of willpower, but of surrender. Because it wasn't your doing. It was your yielding. And I'll use it to lead others out of their own night seasons. So, don't stop here. Keep your night sacred. Keep your atmosphere holy. Keep my voice close. And I will never stop leading you.